Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is a little video for people that are curious about how I record commentaries and put audio onto my gameplay footage. And the reason I'm doing this is because a lot of people have been asking how exactly I capture my voice when I'm recording, and there's this misconception that the HD PVR and capture softwares are the things that are responsible for capturing your voice, and to my knowledge, that is completely untrue. You have to use either editing software or you have to use, specific software for capturing audio. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing a screen capture. As you can no doubt see, there is my extremely messy desktop filled with, we've got Borderlands stuff going in that one, Darksiders going in that, Azura's at RE6, that's a trainer for Dark Souls PC. I know people will love me for that one, but there is reasoning behind it, so don't worry too much. And I'm not the cleanest of guys on the desktop. I used to be until I started doing YouTube, but fuck that shit, I don't really care. First thing I'm going to show you is I use a software called Adobe Premiere, as Americans say. Adobe Premiere and Premiere Pro, but to me it's Premiere, because that's how we speak in this country, so I use Adobe Premiere. And it's this bit down here, which is a video you can see. So if we go up to this, there you'll be able to see just a couple of stuff that I've got running through my software, and we'll open something you're going to be seeing soon, which is my Prepare to Die edition walkthrough. So as you can see, I've got CS5 because the newer versions, I don't really need them. That's asking me for some stuff that I don't really need to mess with at this moment in time, and you'll notice none of it is linked. It doesn't need to be. It'll find it if it's still on the machine, so you don't have to worry too much. But don't worry about all these audio tracks. I was using a trial version that gave me some difficulty and I couldn't physically drag audio onto these, so don't overcomplicate what you're seeing. It's just something that I've had to do to get around some issues I was having before. But the most important part of this process for getting your audio and your dialogue onto this kind of stuff, because there you go, there's your gameplay, there's your timeline. If you're using Sony Vegas, Windows Movie Maker, I don't know if you'd have Avid, because Avid is like industry standard and extremely complicated, but it's not that bad really. But whatever you've got, you will see a similar thing. You'll see a source area over here that's got all your files and whatnot. You should see a timeline at the bottom, and in the middle you'll probably have a source monitor, which is that one. Then there's your effects, then there's your audio stuff, and what you want to find is your audio. This is really, really useful, this area. Because what is going to happen is it's going to enable you. You'll notice it says audio 1, 2, 3, all that good stuff. That is in relation to this down here. And these here are what enable you to record the commentary. It's a little bit different on this software than it is on others, so you might have to bear in mind if you're using Sony Vegas, it might be slightly different too. But if your computer can't find any kind of recording software on this specific piece of software, you need to go in here to Preferences, Audio Hardware, and then inside of here, if you're on audio hardware and you go to your ASIO settings, it'll tell you what you're using. So there you go, there's your microphone for your input, there's your sample rate, there's all your ticks, all that kind of good stuff. As long as that's on, you should then be able to hit this, which you'll notice when you hit it, it immediately sets it to the microphone, it sets it to record. You can pick which one you want, and if you're listening to the game audio while you're doing commentary on Premiere, you need to click this, because if you don't, you're going to hear yourself. And I've commentated over 1,500 videos and I still fucking hate hearing myself, especially when I'm talking. That is the worst, because it makes me delay the cadence of my sentences, and I end up sounding like I'm disabled. But once you've got those two bad boys clicked, which is what I do, it can be on any of these audio tracks. Like I mentioned, the only reason that this has so many is because I was having issues because I didn't have all the codecs, so just ignore that for anyone who's experienced. I would normally have it set up much cleaner, but this is just a preset I'm using. So now that we've done that, audio 2 becomes the track where the commentary goes, and if you press record on this part here and then you press play, you'll notice the video starts to play. And what is happening is this would be recording what I'm saying right now. This is how I record my commentary for the stuff you see. And you notice the audio preview is not doing too bad because this is a good computer. It's not lagging or anything too bad. It's still quite small. You can increase the size of your window if you mess about and all that good stuff, but this is just an example. And then when we stop this, when we're done speaking, you'll notice we've generated this down here, and it's actually captured what I'm saying, which is cool. Even though I'm recording with Audacity right now to to get this stuff. Well, I say I'm recording with Audacity. I'm recording with a screen capture device, which I assume is recording my voice. It might not be, and this could be a massive fail, but you'll soon find out. So there is your audio. And from then you can mess with all your levels to make it sound how you want, if you want it to be louder or quieter. There's a lot of really complicated stuff you can do with this, but don't pay too much attention if you're new, because you don't need to. I will be commentating this piece of editing directly after I do this video, so you know what I'm doing now. But that is literally how I record inside Adobe Premiere. Sony Vegas will no doubt have something very similar, as will the other ones if you're using some kind of subsidiary or a different kind of brand. We'll come away from this though, because it's just easier, and this is the easiest way I'm going to show you now to record audio, and it's using Audacity. It's completely free. You can go on the internet and grab it. It's a quick download, and it's really, really useful. It does its job, and I don't use it that often on this PC, hence why you can't see it in the stack. But this is it. This is Audacity. So to look at it, you're thinking it might be a bit intimidating to look at, but thankfully it's got this. This is all you need to know. Forget about this. This is all about stereo and mono, which ear it comes from, which influence. This is all your volume levels. You don't need to even look at it. But if you see up here, it's automatically found the microphone, and all I need to do is that. And you're going to see the waves. You're going to go, whoo. You're going to see the up and downs. You're going to see all that great stuff. And you can see up here that I'm peaking. You can see that when you're like, oh, and it goes up, or if you go really deep, it comes down and stuff. You can see with the waveform of how good you are, and you can generally spot any kind of anomalies. If there's a line, that generally means that maybe a plosive or a pop has occurred from, you know, when you're speaking and you use your words and you blow out, and if it hits the microphone and you don't have a pop guard, which I don't at the moment, you can get some lines similar to that one. Like if I go really close, I do apologise, and that noise there. You see it? You see it? See how it does the little curve? That is going to sound fucking awful. So I do apologise that you've just had to bear with that. But that's what you want to avoid. If you see anything like that, change your settings, because it means that your audio is not going to come through very well. And then once you're done, all you have to do, or what I do, you can save it. I never bother. I go directly to export. That way it gives me a file from this that I can drag directly into my editing suite, and from there I can just go, drop it in, line it up, bing dang boom, just done. But that is Audacity, and that is hopefully a bit of an explanation of how I personally, as a content provider, put my commentary onto videos. So hopefully that should help you guys, and if it doesn't, you might have to find a better tutorial, because I don't really do this stuff. It's not really what I do, but I'm probably going to show you an editing process video sometime, something along those lines, just something a little different. But thanks for watching, and you take care now.